the reigning world champion, Christoph Lensing. The horse Hästen Pascal and the launcher Birgit Lepage. Christoph Lensing. Hästen Kola, launcher likförare Peter Major. Andra startar. The World Equestrian Games börjar alltså alldeles strax på Olympiastadion. Välkomna dit!
From pony clubs and riding clubs from all over Sweden, representing the riders of the future. Equestrian disciplines represented here at the World Equestrian Games. All six will be shown to you in the opening ceremony. Before you now, representing four of them, the top hat and tails of the elegant dressage, the red coats of the show jumping discipline, and then the silks, pullovers and crash hats of the three-day event and the endurance riders. The three-day event. 17 for carriage driving, 21 for endurance, and 17 for the discipline of vaulting.
Människan har satt sina spår i världshistorien har alltid avsnitt av hästens hov syns bredvid. Från Vendel i norra Uppland kommer Ottar Vendelkråkan med sitt tjuvkoll och med sin väna hustru. Ottar är på väg till Norge där hans drake
Vendelkraka with his folk and lovely wife. The Vendel era was the main part of the Viking era. Ottar went by ship from Norway to Iceland, where he lived for some time. He then returned, but the horses he had taken to Iceland remained there. And in the 1,000 years since, the Iceland horse of today has developed.
Vikingarnas skaror älskar Sami. We need in due time before it. The king came down with a portion, clad in silverövre, var en av Gustav Vasas huvuduppgifter. Och givetvis ingick att organisera den svenska hästaveln. Vid Strömsholm i Västmanland lät han anlägga den danska prinsessan som blivit Sveriges drottning, Karlamoder, bosatte sig på Strömsholm och tog fasta tömtag i avelsarbetet. Hennes sonson Karl den 12 utvecklade galleriinföringen. Massiva kavalleriattacker, lägret ner, länd vid länd. Avståndet till den här gruppen Grandson Caldwell ett totalt stöd till svenska stormaktsväldets sönderfall och en tid av nedgång i det svenska hästavelsarbetet. Men andra tider skulle komma. Den nya kungaätten med anknytning av natur. English officer realized that he must have a strong military power. He developed the cavalry horse, suited for warfare in the Scandinavian wilderness. He also developed noble horses used for carousels and festival events to Carton and Brockton.
Friesland och brons i lag regi. Det är ponnysporten i Sverige.
60 children are on their ponies. The Swedish Pony Riders Association consists of 5 jumping, individual gold medal in three levels, and individual silver, and the team gold medal, and the bronze medal in dressage.
Därefter en Tidaholmskärra från senare delen av 1800-talet, anspänd med svensk halvblod. En nordsvensk häst, anspänd med svenska halvblod i fyrspänn.
Paris driving a historical Huns parade. Number 2, a stagecoach drawn by 2 Swedish half-breds. Number 3 is a Tidaholm wagon drawn by a Swedish half-bred. And number 4 is a carriole drawn by a North Sweden horse. And the 5th wagon is a first drawn by Swedish half-breds of foreign height.
Nummer 7 är en Victoria, fransk kusk. Från Polen, kusken Sigurd Maliszewski.
2 Swedish half-breds.
Nummer 10, buggy tillverkad omkring 1910, anspänd med åkvagn, tillverkad omkring 1910, anspänd med arabhästar.
Number 11, a wagon from Skåne, which is drawn by 2 Arabian horses. And number 12,
Anspänd med morganhästar. 14, anspänd med arabhäst.
drawn by 2 Morgan horses. Number 14 is Gentry Phaeton, drawn by a Swedish half-bred. And number 15 is a Chillington.
Och då kan nästa vagnen sannolikt tillverkad. 19, en Bus, tillverkad 1902, ordförande i nationalkommittén för EM 1990. Vice ordförande i Svenska Ridsportens centralförbund, Per G. Gyllenhammar.
Ladies and gentlemen, President of the Swedish Equestrian Federation and President of the Organising Committee of the World Equestrian Games, Mr. Per G. Gyllenhammar.
Welcome to the biggest sporting event that Sweden has ever hosted. It is a privilege for me to greet Their Majesties, the King and Queen of Sweden, His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh, and Her Royal Highness, the Princess Royal. It was Prince Philip who launched the idea of the World Equestrian Games originally. We are proud to have been selected as the first organizers. Welcome to the Olympic Stadium, built for the Olympic Games in 1912, and when the equestrian disciplines were included for the first time. Sweden was also hosting the Equestrian Olympics here in 1956. These World Equestrian Games are unique, not only because they are the first, and with 6 disciplines, but also because they are held in the city centre, in the royal parks, on the shores of the sea, of our capital, the island city of Stockholm. Our budget is modest. Therefore, we have only some 30 employees, but an army of 2,400 volunteers. After 4 years, After 4 years of intense preparations, we are relieved that the games can start. I hope that you all, participants, representatives of 39 national federations, officials, and not least our spectators, thousands here in Stockholm and hundreds of millions over television, feel the warmth of our welcome. Feel our enthusiasm in organizing this event. Feel that we want you to enjoy the games and have fun and excitement. This is an elegant sport for all ages. We wish to see care for the horse, loving care and fair competition. Again, let me extend to all of you a warm welcome. And now let me introduce a former European champion in three-day event, the president of Fédération Équestrienne Internationale, Her Royal Highness, the Princess Royal.
Equestrian Federation, who represent the sport and the national federations of whom all these competitors are members and who run the sports, may I welcome you to this unique event, the World Equestrian Games in Stockholm. The simultaneous running of the World Championships for 6 very different disciplines. An imaginative idea that the International Equestrian Federation has supported and that the Swedish Organising Committee, ably led by Per Gyllenhammar, has brought to this final state of readiness. This opening ceremony is the end of years of work and the beginning of an adventure. For competitors, that adventure has already started. 40 countries have or are making their way here to Stockholm. But for everybody, competitors, organisers, officials and volunteers, the moment of truth has arrived. 3 things I would ask you all not to forget. They're a bit obvious perhaps, but worth mentioning. Not to forget the number of people required to allow any equestrian discipline to take place. Many of those people who are purely voluntary. Not to forget that sport is not just about winning, it is about taking part, and that sport is fun. And finally, not to forget that without the cooperation of the horses, neither the sport nor fun would exist. I would also hope that many more people will take the opportunity to watch the skill and harmony that is so important in equestrian sport. I would like to wish all participants at every level, organisers, officials, volunteers and competitors, good luck and safe landings. I have the honour to invite His Majesty the King to proclaim open the World Equestrian Games.
I hereby declare the World Equestrian Games 1990 open.
Where's your mom? Where? She just wants to be back in the USR. Oh, massage? You gonna give me a massage? Sure, you give me a massage. Hi! Mom! Oh, my. I'm getting out of here.